This video went viral in February 2026. One user on X wrote, "Shaolin Kung Fu moves are already extremely difficult, yet those robots can actually imitate them." And that reaction captures exactly why this is so remarkable. This is not a stunt. This is the result of years of research. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So how do you teach a robot something that even took a human martial artist years to learn? The answer starts with motion capture. You put a human expert in a suit covered in sensors, and then this expert performs the movements: a front kick, a back flip, a side kick. And then a computer records every detail: the angle of every joint, the speed, the timing, everything. But here's the thing. You can't just copy-paste that data into a robot. A human body and a robot body are completely different. Different weight distribution, different joints, different physical limits. So what we do is to run the motion through a processing pipeline, which basically does a filter that asks, can a robot actually do this? Does this violate the laws of physics for this robot? And then it adapts the movement to make it physically possible in the robot. After that, the robot needs to learn and not just copy the motion, but also to feel it. Because sometimes it has to adjust in real time if something goes slightly wrong. That's where AI training comes in. The problem is that we can train a robot to do backflips by just letting it try in and crashing hundreds of times in real life, because the robot would break. So instead, what we do is to build a perfect virtual copy of the robot inside a computer. That is what we call a simulation. Same weight, same joints, same physics. Then we let the AI reinforcement learning process try the movement thousands and sometimes hundreds of millions of times. All this inside that simulation, using the data from the motion capture to correct the errors. Every failure teaches the AI something. Too fast? Adjust. Lost balance? Correct. Over-rotated? Try again. And it does this over and over at superhuman speed without breaking a single real component. Once the simulated robot is able to correctly do the movement, we transfer the learned movement to a different simulator. This is necessary in order to make sure that the robot's skills are not just a fluke of the first one simulator. This process is called sim-to-sim validation. If the movement works in both simulators, that means that we are on the right track. If it only works in one of the simulators, back to the training process. Once the robot is able to do the movement in both simulators, we transfer the learned skill into the real humanoid robot. This is the process that is called sim-to-real transfer, and is where most of the projects fail. And why? Because the real world is messy in ways a simulation can fully predict. So the floor has slightly more friction, the robot's motors are tiny imperfections, air resistance, temperature, vibration, and all those things add up. To bridge this difference gap between the simulation and the real robot, we use a technique called domain randomization. During the training and the simulation, we deliberately make things slightly unpredictable. We add random wobbles, change the friction, vary the robot's weight slightly, and things like that. We basically teach the AI reinforcement learning algorithm to handle uncertainty. The idea behind this is, if you can do a backflip when the simulation is just slightly wrong, then you can probably do it when the real world is slightly different also. On top of that, we add safety constraints. Those are rules that prevent the robot motors to drawing too much power during a dangerous movement, so it doesn't burn out its own joints mid-flip. This is called power safety regularization. And then on February 2026, all of this methodology came together in one of the most stunning public demonstrations of robotics we have ever seen. At the Chinese New Year Gala, watched by hundreds of millions of people, Unitree's robots perform a martial arts segment alongside real child martial artists. They executed horse stances, nunchaku routines, flying kicks, and drunken fist choreography. One robot pulled off what was described as the world's first aerial flip exceeding 3 meters in height. It was awesome. Anyway, we are still in the early days, and these robots, even if they are impressive on a control stage, the next challenge is doing all of this in your living room, on a factory floor, in the unpredictable chaos of the real world. That's it for today. If you found this interesting, subscribe, because this field is moving fast and we are going to keep you up with it. And if you're interested in learning all those techniques and practice with real humanoid robots like the ones in the Chinese Gala, join our Humanoid Robot Reinforcement Learning Bootcamp in Barcelona. In just 3 days, you will go from zero to running intelligent control policies on a physical Unitree G1 robot. You'll generate reinforcement learning policies in simulators, work with the G1 SDK, and actually deploy what you have trained onto the real humanoid. It is hands-on, it is intensive, and it is limited to just 50 participants. Whether you are a research team exploring humanoid robotics or an engineer who wants to build a real demo fast, this bootcamp is built for you. Check the link below to enroll. The spots are going fast.